An interview early because the candidate wouldn't stop talking. I was interviewing a candidate for a highly competitive software engineering position. On paper, he was almost perfect. He had already passed the first round, his experience matched exactly what we needed, and everyone involved was impressed with his resume. Honestly, he walked into that room with a very high chance of getting the job. After introductions, he asked if he could tell us a bit about himself. We said sure, expecting a brief summary. Instead, he launched into a long monologue about his background. A few minutes in, I tried to ask a follow up question, but he said, I'll answer that in a moment, and kept talking. A coworker tried to ask something as well and got the same response. We decided to be patient and let him continue, but the pattern never changed. Every attempt to ask a question was either ignored or delayed while he continued talking about himself. Even when he did answer, he'd immediately drift back into another long story. The interview was becoming a one person presentation. Eventually, I tried to move things along and asked if he had any questions for us. He did, but every time either I or my coworker started answering, he interrupted and redirected the conversation back to himself. It got to the point where we couldn't finish a single answer without being cut off. After several failed attempts to regain control of the interview, I finally lost patience. I told him that he needed to stop talking and start listening. He looked completely shocked. I then explained that he had walked into the interview with an excellent chance of getting the job, but in less than 15 minutes had demonstrated that he couldn't listen to other people. I told him that technical skills can be learned, but if someone can't listen, they will struggle to work effectively with a team. He immediately apologized and asked if we could start over. I told him that interviews don't really work that way and wished him luck in future opportunities. The interview ended shortly afterward. Looking back, I know I could have handled it more professionally, but I've never seen someone talk themselves out of a job so quickly. He had all the qualifications we wanted, but he simply couldn't stop talking long enough to let anyone else speak.